Well, after all these weeks of training, it's finally here. Race day. I lined up for my first sprint triathlon on this new journey, nervous, excited, ready to test everything we've been training for. This race was the TriWalloon sprint triathlon, and I crossed the finish line in 1 hour and 35 minutes. Even better, I made the podium, coming in third place for the Clydesdale division. It was a proud moment, and honestly, a bit surreal. And today, we're going to talk about what went well and what didn't go so well. If you're new here, welcome. This is my weekly series where I document my journey to complete my first Ironman 70.3 in Galveston, Texas. After this video, feel free to go back to the beginning so you can get all caught up. And if you've been following along, you know the drill. Let's get into this. Nervous. Not the greatest, but maybe that means that I'll do well. So, we're hopeful. We'll see how this goes. Swim was 600 meters, and I did that in 17 minutes and 8 seconds, which comes out to 2 minute and 51 second 100 meter split. Not too bad. It's a work in progress, but I got through it, and that was my biggest mental hurdle. I was feeling good, treading water in my wetsuit, and I was thinking about all the videos I'd seen before. Go slow, go to the back, go to the side, no reason to get in the middle of the pack. So the race starts, and what do? I at least go to the side, but I'm in the middle of the pack, and I just feel like I have to keep up. Maybe I was going a little bit faster than I should have, as I was breathing with every stroke on my right side. By the time I hit the first buoy, I was pretty much out of breath. And as we made the turn, I tried to do more freestyle, but I ended up doing a little bit more breaststroke, freestyle, and going back and forth. Just as I was getting to the next buoy, I started to notice a few of the new head caps that started to pass me. They were from the weight behind me. That wasn't the best feeling, as I know they started 2 minutes behind me. And then we finally made that last turn towards home, and I was feeling good again. Just getting through the swim is all I kept thinking about. It didn't matter if I was doing the breaststroke or the freestyle, I just needed to get through it. And just as we were about to finish the swim, I remembered the one tip I had seen before, where you pull on the neck of your wetsuit and let some water in, and that'll help with getting the suit off. I think they meant just a little bit of water, not the whole lake. But we'll talk about that in a second. Either way, we got out of the water and we were able to pull our wetsuit down to our waist. As I pulled my feet out, the water went all over my transition stuff. But that's okay, lesson learned. So now I throw my wetsuit to the side, so I sit down and put my socks and shoes on. Then I get up to put on my bike helmet and my glasses. And then I grab my bike and away we go. Total transition time, 2 minutes, 3 seconds. Not too shabby for our first one. For the bike, we completed 12.4 miles in just over 43 minutes for a 17.1 mile per hour average. Our fastest average ever during any of our bike rides. And that felt awesome. It definitely was a tad chilly to start. For some reason, someone decided to get their entire tri-suit soaking wet before they got on the bike. Again, lesson learned. Also on the bike, it actually felt good to pass a few people. For the swim, we were getting passed left and right. The bike, we were passing people left and right. And actually only 3 people passed me the entire bike ride. Again, just a good feeling to know I was doing that well. The ride had a couple bigger hills, and as I was going up, I saw people coming down, and I just couldn't wait for my turn to come down those hills. It probably wasn't until about 20 minutes into our bike ride that we had our first nutrition and water. I didn't want to take any in transition because I didn't want to slow myself down, and then once I got on the bike, I just wanted to get going. Probably need to work on that in the future. But after getting some water and having a couple energy gummies, I really started to feel better. Then we hit the turnaround point, and that only meant one thing. We get to go back down the hills. So here we go. First hill, put our hands on the lower bars, get in our tuck position, and then we look down at our phone and we're going 33 miles an hour. We've never gone that fast before, and I have to say, I kind of liked it. And just like that, we come to the end of the bike race. We get off our bike, we're in transition again. Rack the bike, change our shoes, put our race bib on, and off we go. And this time, a transition time of 1 minute and 9 seconds. Let's go. Lastly, we ran the 3.1 miles in 31 minutes and 17 seconds for a 10-10 mile split. That's a great time, and I'll take it. Now I have to say the one thing that a lot of people have said before me. Don't do anything new on race day. Do what you've done, and everything will work out. As many times as you hear that, it takes your own race to actually figure out what you're supposed to do and not supposed to do. So what do? I tried the new multi-sport mode on my Apple Watch to track everything. In theory, you press start when you start to swim, and you press stop when you finish the run. Except when you push the buttons in the middle of the race, it throws everything off. And when you pause your watch, that means that it doesn't tell you what your pace is when you're running. And I didn't realize that until I was about a quarter of the way into the run, and I looked down and everything's not working. Oh well, not going to know what our pace is on this run. To add to this, for the run of this race, you start off by going up a hill. And when you get to the top, you turn left and you run up another hill. Ugh, not a way I wanted to start a run, but I happened to notice that a gentleman in front of me had a 47 and a T on his right calf. 47 is his age, and a T stands for triathlon. So he was in my age group doing the same event I was. And that meant I needed to pass him. Well, not pass him yet. Stay behind him until the end and then pass him. And that way I know I at least beat one person, right? Well, my theory was working out great. We finished the first lap, and I'm still right behind him. And we're coming up to the hills on the second lap, and I started thinking about my son. And he used to race cross country in high school. And he would always tell me, when you come to a hill, you need to attack it. Because if you attack it, you'll mentally break the other people as you pass them because they're struggling. So that's what I decided to do. Don't know why, but we decided to do it. So here we go, up the hill, we're gonna attack it, and we're gonna pass them. And we're gonna let them know we're passing them. The problem with this theory is that he could now do the same thing I wanted to do to him. Because he can see that I had a 49 and a T on the back of my calf. So he could easily say, oh, that guy's in my age group, I'm gonna wait till the end and pass him, and he won't even know. So now, that's all I'm thinking on the run. And I can't really turn around to see if he's right behind me or not, because that would just look a little obvious. So we just kept running, and we finally got to the point where it's a turnaround, and then I could see he wasn't even close. Mission accomplished. Then we came to the end of the run, and I still had a little bit of energy left. So we go on and we pass a few more people. And then we cross the finish line, exhausted, but feeling so accomplished of what we just completed. It was a great feeling to complete what we just did. But I have to say, I wouldn't have been able to do it without my #1 supporter, my wife, who has been there from the very beginning, keeping me going on my training, and then being there yelling for me as I got out of the water, transitioned to the bike, and onto the run. Then when I crossed the finish line, she's the first voice I heard, and it was a great feeling.
Yeah.
Very good, very good. Accomplished. The swim was a little rough, but we got through it and we just wanted to survive, and that's all we did. So that's a positive. The bike was great. Only got passed by 3 people in the entire bike. Did a lot of passing. I think I was up to like 33 on some of the downhills, so 33 miles an hour, which is just great. And then I messed my watch up in transition, so for the run, it wasn't working, so I don't know what my pace was, but I felt consistent. Lap 1 was just easy, and I really tried to push it for lap 2. So it's overall great race. Great race.
So looking back at the day, I think my transitions and my transition setup went very well. I think the one downside was bringing too much of the lake water out with me, and then not drinking enough water or having my energy gels. Finishing the race was the goal. Standing on the podium, getting 3rd place, well, that's just an added bonus. And I loved it, and I can't wait to see what we can do next. Some things that I might want to change or add. I'd like to maybe get a different bike computer, maybe something that lasts a little bit longer than my phone. Maybe some aero bars, and maybe even some different clipless pedals. But other than that, I think we're good to go, and I think we're ready. Either way, we're on our way to Ironman 70.3, and I don't see anything standing in our way at this point. The sprint triathlon wasn't just a race. It was proof that I could do hard things. It's also a checkpoint, not a destination. I've got a long road to 70.3, but this was just the first real test, and I think we passed it. Thanks for following along. And if you've been thinking about signing up for your first race, do it. You'll be amazed at what you can do with just a few weeks of focused effort. Next week, we'll talk about how we're shifting towards our Olympic distance prep. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't done so. And don't forget, it's progress, not perfection. And we'll see you next week.